What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Journeyman save in Football Manager 2022. Leave a thumbs up if you've been enjoying it, and appreciate you guys that are still showing support on the series. But yeah, hopefully you're enjoying it too. I thought that we shall do the opening of the season. We got a game home, Wolfsburg, so I haven't had to play too much off camera, just so you get the vibe. I thought it makes sense to see how we start. Obviously, well, we had a pretty good pre-season. We played on camera the last episode, the Super Cup against Bayern, but they're so good, and we made a lot of signings. So I would like to think we got them pretty early in the season as well. But yeah, I think it'll be closer in our league game. Who knows? you can never predict football games. But what I did was I just played the DFB Pokal first round 7-0 and I rotated. Let's go into the tactics screen, which will switch this team up for the most part. I still got Karasik there, Kamal, but Linera, Espegia, Carrier, just Maicon in DM, a lot of you guys will need to get in your mind these players a lot more, at least their attributes. Look at the performances. Coyle at the back, we signed him pretty cheap, and he's one. That's probably the loans. I always do that still with this skin. I want to see hovering over, but it says him there. I don't know if we loan him out or not. I think he's backup. Very good backup for us, actually. We see him as a centre-back, and then he's also natural. He's not even natural as a centre-half. He's natural right-back and centre-mid, but yeah, so versatile, really handy. But yeah, we're going to have a kick-off, see how we go. First game of the season, Wagnerman isn't interested. That makes things so much easier. I've had players say that to me as well. It's not just this one offer, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm glad. Berisha won the kid 28 mil. Probably can't, splash on him ourselves. Even though we have the money there, we're learning lessons. It doesn't matter. We know the money. Yeah, I want to see how it goes once we play like our Europa League games and stuff. And is the expenditure? Yeah, it's still off transfer expenditure being the most. So let's not worry about the finances at this point in time anyway. And yeah, we'll go straight into the second round draw, and we'll just draw all teams. Because we've already won this competition, it's not so important. And again, Frankfurt, they might not be too bad. Yeah, I love this overview page on this skin. It's just so loaded. As I thought, they got relegated in the previous season. So I don't know how much we're going to drop in terms of players. They're expected to come right back up and have a strong season. So almost treat them as a lower team in our league, in the Bundesliga. So yeah, there is that. As I said, just early season type vibe. But yeah, our first game, we'll play it against Wolfsburg at home as well, in front of the fans. Yeah, good vibe. Bayern Munich did win their first game, but it was a pretty tight encounter. They only won 1-0 away from home against Hoffenheim, though. So, we said about the goals. As an absolute minimum over these next two seasons, as I said, the remaining duration, I think, is a realistic to put it for the rest of this series. At an absolute minimum, if we can win Bundesliga. If can't win Champions League, I don't know. But I want to... Oh, sure, Europa League would be nice as well. But I think... sure. I think so many people see winning or finishing a series on YouTube. I say it like that. That's like the glory. But I also think dethroning Bayern Munich is a pretty good thing. If we can do that, it's a big if still. So, but either way, we're going to we can't keep playing it once these new games come out, like FIFA, the new FM as well. But yeah, anyway, I think you get the point. We'll just try to achieve as much as we can. And on that, I haven't taken a look at the profile. Yeah, we're still... And really, anyway, look, past playing experience, Sunday League footballer, no, we've really come a long way. FM saves don't end. You could keep playing them for seasons on seasons. So, yeah, there's always that argument. You could say, oh, Champions League, but then also you could go even deeper and you could try and manage a country and win the World Cup. And there's just so much you can really do. And I think there's always going to be a defense for saying you could have continued it because FM, yeah, that's how it is. But here we do get a loan offer for Yavuz Özkan. I think this will be good for him, especially, yep, they're paying a decent portion of his wages, but also agreeing him to be a regular starter in midfield. So I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know if it's going to be enough for him to be a player next season. And I don't mean a player like a football player, but I mean a player as in a squad, like, you know, a challenger. Like, is he going to be a player, in our squad? Does that even make sense? Like, it's like he's going to be a contender. Like, yeah, he's going to be a player. He's going to be a main player in the first team. Or contending for a spot. We'll see how far he comes over the season. But having a loan spell, first team football, league football, not just reserves. Where are they as well? It's always good. Yeah. Well, in Bundesliga 2 Bundesliga. They're predicted lower in the table as well. So, yeah. I think it's going to be, you'll be confident in him getting the games. Özkan, so... yeah, if he plays a long season, you never know his development. So remember how he looks now to come to next season. So there's the tickets. I mean, it's not so much more. It's a little bit extra. It's a bit extra money made from it. Just over 1,000 more. That's not bad. But all right, let's get into the game now. Leverkusen, Wolfsburg. Let's kick off our league season team selection. So... switched up a bit from the last game we rotated. Valakari, I just feel like we have to show him again. We are training him there. Again, talked about our signings. And yeah, we looked for a right inside forward and he didn't even play that position. And he had one of the best attributes. Like, he was on top of the list, essentially. And yeah, pretty good deal for us considering, like, we didn't, like, 22 million. There were similar players or some players even better that didn't want to join us that cost like 50 to 60 million, that really crazy price. Maybe not crazy, what their clubs value them at, but and he's, turned 30, he's experienced, like, we know what he's going to do. I know, like, you'll get from him because he's done it all before. And yeah, I think that's the only one we need to explain. A lot of the rest of the team is similar. I'm preferring going with Barbosa and Brunet over Dorrington. Dorrington, he's actually 3.5 star. It says Brunet is as well, but when you put him there, he's not. Probably if you change his role or you change something. If you just go back there for a second, we'll get there eventually. Yeah. Yeah, you probably play as cover, but... So I want to see... Barbosa's 3-star. Yeah, he's going to be that on all of them, like we saw with the comparison. So, anyway. It's an interesting one. But I've just like Barbosa and Brunet together. So, that's the way it is. Once more to point that out, our bench is, especially the outfield players, goalkeeper, you don't generally worry about. But our outfield players now, it's like everyone can go out there and do a job. And honestly, quite a few of them could be contending to be a starting position ahead of, one of the other guys in their respective positions. So that is that makes me really, really confident. Maybe not for the start of the season, but as more games begin to be played, that's going to be a real... benefit for us versus last season. But last season we did so good. I took over the team in a relegation position and we got into Europa League. So what can we do this season? That's like me wondering, okay, if we did that, let's go. Okay, we probably need just a bit more. All right, guys, come on. Darko, that you can clearly see that's in his personality because who else stays aggressive? His aggression is 19. Oh, shock, his body language is aggressive. So I just take that with him now. Like, if it was something unfamiliar for a player, I'd be like, oh, I wonder about that. But I don't wonder about that with him. It makes sense. So, yeah, we'll get into the game. They're playing a 5 at the back formation. Let's see. A 5 at the back could still be attacking. Like, you have your wing backs really pushing forward, so you never know. So, let's get right into this one. Okay. Hope for a good one. And set the tone. I'd say your first game of the season to set the tone for the season. Odriozola will be very important. We know he's a bit older, but our first goal comes from his cross in the box. So he won't get the assist for it, but definitely a key pass. Ah, look how quick. Yeah, this is going to set the tone. Yeah, it is. Flores. The timescape, that was like on 12 or 13, wasn't it? But anyway, it's just going to down as the first minute. But that was like 12 or 13 seconds in our first attack. Yes, guys, it is going to set the tone, and we're going to have an amazing season. I mean, you can't really start a season better than that. Is that the quickest goal to kick off a season? Like, well, our season anyway, not the league itself, but is that the quickest goal? Like, just overall? I'm not sure you can get a goal quicker than that in the FM. I'm sure in real life there's been one someone shoots right away and goal, but that doesn't happen in Football Manager. I'm not sure if you can even instruct that. Come on. I'm like, I've rebuilt this team like crazy. Like, one off season. I already said, and if you've been watching, yeah, we took over. Got rid of... Come on. But also, it's the familiar faces. Flores, Darko. Yeah, see, aggression, for me, it only benefits him. Like, he's just in his mood. Oh, that should have been 3 in 25. That should have been 3 in 25 minutes. We're flying. And Wolfsburg, sure, they're not the best team in the league. But, you have to perform well against them. They're not they're not like an easy beat, okay? Oh. Get stuck. Stick it right up him. But too easy, man. Like, and Flores, he's amazing. And again, just to show you how he's looking now, he had teams interested in him as well. Yeah, like, guys, before, Man City poached him, like, from America de Cali in Colombia. Exactly. 1.4 million. That was a great deal by Man City. Thanks, Man City. Look at this. Each season in the league, he had no more than 1 start, and rest were off the bench. And thank you. I'm thanking Man City. We didn't sign him, but the manager before us did, and we're like, yeah, so happy about that. Sometimes that can be the benefit of Man City. They actually find some decent players, but they have some other just complete world-class types, and Namdi with 2 N's. Namdi Collins, no clean sheet bonus. Damn. Save some money there. But, yeah. That's the benefit of City. Because he's definitely still... I think he would still be a great player in the Premier League. But sure, there's better players than him. The way City sees them anyway. Look at this. What I was also going to say is... We made good signings, but also a pre-season of just working on our tactic a bit more. Like... Bjorkan, another new signing to Flores. It's going to come back. Dubois to Flores. Like, chances... Oh, my God, it's still doing it. Like I said, we're pretty deep into a journeyman. A lot of regens and Almada. I'm disappointed we didn't score from that last chance. We had so many opportunities. But yeah. Yeah, keep that in mind how deep we're in the save. Dubois. And sure, the amount of face packs and graphics we have play a part of, making the files big. But anyway. Yeah, it's 3-1 on the more important side. Like, I know, like, we got killed against Bayern Munich. It's like, but I don't know. I think we can test them at home. Like on our stomping grounds, I don't know. And we showed we can beat them last season as well. So the point I'm saying is, I think we can be a true contender. I think a minimum we'll make Champions League. Like we'll make top 4. I think at a minimum we'll be at a minimum second best to Bayern Munich. Like I think they're the only team that could stop us. Unless Dortmund have really got together with their signings and all that. But really? Okay. See, now I'm confident. Last season, we weren't confident with subs. Valakar, I think we've got to ease him into his new role because even though his attributes are good, he's still, like, the game needs to read him accomplished, at least in that role, to be, performing well. There's that kind of thing as well. So Kamal, Gauhart needs a bit more fitness. Yeah, Kamal is really, really good. Like, look at that development. Like, yeah, you want to see him, but yeah, Gauhart just for squad management. That's the difference to last season. We have a couple players fighting for positions. That's the mad thing. All right. Sazi? Yeah, no. Flores, even though, yeah, sure, Flores has been good, he's one you wouldn't want to get injured. David Flores. So, even Kudus as well. He's a name from last season, a guy who's survived. So, he's stuck around. He's not bad. Comes with a bit of experience, 29 years old, of course, international for Ghana, plays plenty of games. But, yeah, so he's got the experience there. We'll leave one more sub up our sleeves as well. That doesn't the squad, like I said, for those of you guys that watched from last season, forget that. If you watch from the start of the series and you're still watching, get up in the comments. That's, great, amazing support if you have done. Absolutely love it. But even if you're watching at a later date, hopefully you're enjoying how we're doing. Because we'll finish this off first. What is going to be our final change? Anyone on the bench that's like there's Kamal who's young. Maicon for Dubois. Yeah. I have real high hopes on this lad. It's still up. I say up for grabs. I think he really screams his attributes DM. If you can see that now, if you go defensive midfielder, hover over that. There's a few things, like he's 200 centimeters. You could say you could try him at centre half, but he's heading, like jumping reach is 17 on top of being 2 meters tall. So you wonder how important the heading attribute. I still think the heading attribute is important. In terms of accuracy and how efficient the headers will be. But who's going to beat someone who's 2 meters and then add 7, however, what's 17? Like how high is 17 jumping reach in FM? But put that on top of 2 meters basically. Goddamn. Anyway, what we know is he could be a ripper. He could be a ripper of a player. Could be a super player. Sometimes I realize like slangs, like ripper is like an Australian slang for like something like really, really good. Like, that's a ripper. I don't know if like some like Australian and UK slang is similar. So I don't know if you use similar. But maybe from other countries, you're like, what is he talking about? Anyway, we're going to secure the 3 points. Will there be an additional goal? Might not matter too much here, but yeah. And I think we've, it really shows Can one game at home, 100% prove that, though? But, you can definitely see we felt a step above them. Yeah, we really felt a step above them. We don't need to analyze their players too much. As I said, there's going to be a lot of regens at this point. Even though we've got a handful of players that's non-regens. But, yeah, you can kind of see that we should have a pretty good season. Nice work. That was very good. And I know you can't see it, but, you know how we have 2 assistants? We'll show that. But Sacramento, the guy we signed, he's our main. If we're going to hand over, it would be to him. He comes up in the bottom right. But, yeah, we're utilizing him a lot more opposed to our other assistant for general advice and all that. Yeah, so that's 3-1. Pretty decent result. Injury, they got an injury, but Flores, man of the match with those couple goals with the brace. Yeah, we clicked on him before, so just see what he achieved. 10 Ks, 84% pass completion, pretty solid, but yeah, the 2 goals. He's 23 now, so he's going to be entering that time of his career where, this is where he starts being his absolute best. Perfect time. Really perfect time. So, yeah, I don't want to... he's weak on his right. Stop developing weaker foot. Yeah, so he is working on that. I must have thought of that when I was playing through the preseason and stuff. And he's got some nice little traits. Plays on twos. Tries long-range free kicks. He's 14, so he probably takes them occasionally. Likes ball play to feet. That's an interesting one. But, yeah, plays a 1-2, that quick tempo, and he's good passing as well. And, yeah, that teamwork, there's a lot. That's a feature suggestion. I'd love to see, you can see players' attributes for, the position and roles. I'd love to see, highlighted for player traits. I don't know what anyone else thinks for that, but I think, 1-2s, I was just going in my head there, passing technique, and there may be some mentals and their quickness as well could play a pass to that, play a pass to that, their teamwork, off the ball movement, I don't know. Yeah, what do you think about that, and how many could traits, because tries long-range free kicks, free kick taking, I guess finishing, if you're taking shots like a long-range technique as well, but anyway... What do you think of that? Flores Steal the Show was absolutely amazing. And I was going to touch on that with the assistants as well. So that was the other guy there. Yeah, Stefes. And I found it interesting. I don't know if there's minimal, there's only a certain amount. If you go to responsibilities, you can see it here. Yeah, you can. I can't click my other assistant here. So... yeah, he can do a lot of the press kind of stuff where, he's not as impressive, funnily enough. His attributes are just not as strong, but his people management is good. So that I know that's it's to do with, to deal with those around him, particularly higher ratings reflect someone who's capable of impressive organization, keeping people happy. That sounds directly like the club, but if there's going to be an attribute that's good for talking with the media, people management, you're not necessarily managing them, but that's probably as close as you're going to get, really. So, as I said, it may not necessarily be that. But yeah, I found it interesting. You could only, do, he's got all these. And assistant, he's the only one that can be selected, but then obviously we got Sacramento here. João Sacramento, you can see, you look at him being so much stronger in a lot of aspects, especially coaching-wise, and then some of the mentals. But, we go over 2 different things. If you go over 2 reports, maybe there's just, a limit. Maybe there's a limit. Maybe let me know if you guys know for sure, if you've got 2 assistants. But it definitely spreads the load. We get, a lot of the reports from him and the general, match, where our assistant, the friendly matches. What else is here? And he's also managing the reserve team as well. So it really is with like what is even the word for it? We've just like selected them well. We've scheduled their responsibilities well, I guess. So yeah, and I kind of like that because it's just like spreading the load. That's the description. Yeah, just spreading the load pretty well. And yeah, we're gonna leave it there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. So from now we'll try and play a bit more off camera again. See how much my time allows. But yeah, hopefully you guys just keep supporting for the rest of the series. And yeah, we have got that feel of coming to the end of it, but it should be the heights of it at the same time as well. We're in the best division we've been. Just I'm not saying, Bundesliga is so good, but it is a great division. But I think its reputation replicates that. So yeah, we're highest as we've ever been. Hopefully we keep. I'd love to just maintain top 4 all season, and yeah, so at least we know we've come a long way. We've done a lot of things, no matter what happens over these next 2 seasons. But I've put my expectations there. I want to, if we can't win Champions League, which will have to be next season, of course, because it's Europa League this season. I'd love to. I think we can stand a good chance in the Europa League. So, but that always, it seems a bit like, yeah, when you say Champions League or winning Bundesliga, Europa League feels a little bit below that. But yeah, I mean, we could do the incredible and win both next season, Champions League and Bundesliga. But you don't want to plan these things. You just got to see how they go no matter what. But I think, yeah, no matter what we do, especially I'm so big about squad building and leaving on a high, leaving the squad in a good position. I'll be really happy, especially with the guys with good potential. Like, there's so many young ages. Like, look at these guys. You know they'll be sorted as long as the next manager doesn't sell them. Or if anyone takes over this save. As I say, when I finish it, I'll put on the Patreon for the tier to play my FM saves. Upload them to there so you guys know. But yeah, I'm going to leave it here for now. And like we're just describing on this, you would be sorted. I've set this so well. I'm like proud of myself. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now. As I said, the support always helps. So we can get back to hopefully doing YouTube on a close to a full-time basis anyway. But yeah, we're settling into a new schedule. And yeah, I'm kind of like a bit more relaxed now, I guess you can say, with how, like, just my day-to-day, not just the YouTube stuff. But yeah, it makes it on a less kind of pressure. I don't know, man. I'm just like a bit more chill now, my day-to-day. So yeah, I'm doing pretty well personally. So yeah, that's all good for now. I'll leave it there and see you guys next time.